Hi, I'm Andy Lynn, and I'd like to share with you today a very special video about my new guitar. Actually, it's an old new guitar, or more appropriately, a vintage guitar. This is a 1972 vintage Gibson SG II, and I don't usually make videos about my guitars, but this is a special one. I think if there's any guitar aficionados out there, any guitar historians, you might find it pretty interesting because it's a little bit different than your standard SG. So just for the fun of it, I thought I'd share a little video, and then when we're done, we'll do a little bit of playing. This guitar actually holds a very special meaning to me. It was given to me by my friend John Berry. Thank you, John. He purchased it originally back in 1982. It was used at that time, used guitar, but we checked with the serial number, which is on the back of the headstock here, I think. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, it's up there. You probably can't see it, but it's engraved into the back of the headstock. And we dated it to 1972. And John visited me recently, and he got off the plane, and he was carrying his guitar case, and I said, "Hey, you brought your guitar?" And he said, "Nope, I brought your guitar." And he just gave me the guitar. John gave up playing the guitar a few years back, and so he wanted to find a good home for it, so he gave it to me, and I am eternally grateful because it's a great guitar. It's just a kick-ass rock and roll guitar, and it's a little bit different. I'm going to show you some of the things that are a little bit different about this guitar than your typical SG. First of all, the headstock. I don't know if you can tell with this video, but it's not as angled back as your typical Gibson headstock. Most headstocks kind of go back a little bit more, giving more tension on the strings. This one has a little bit of an angle, but not much. The neck, the fretboard, has just the regular standard dots on it instead of the Gibson rectangles, which they use. And these are pretty interesting. These are I think they call these mini humbuckers. These mini humbuckers right here. They're a little bit different than your usual pickups. And then the bridge is just a standard bridge, real basic. I don't know if this is the original bridge or not, but it's not the typical big old brass thing with the whammy bar on it that a lot of SGs have. It's got this pick guard here. The electronics are very simple. It has one volume, one tone control, and a couple of switches here if you want the neck pickup and the bridge pickup, or if you just want the neck, or if you just want the bridge, or if you want to turn them both off or both on. That's how that goes. Very simplified thing right there. Now I had to get it altered a little bit when I got it. It wasn't quite to my liking, as great as it is. For one thing, the tuning pegs here. These are new tuning pegs. These are Gibson tuning pegs. If you look on the back of this thing, you probably can't see it. Maybe you can. This isn't the greatest camera in the world, but I think originally there's just one piece. It was like a one-piece unit here, and so we got 3 pieces for each one. So that's a little bit different. The nut, I had to get it replaced. Went to the guitar doctor. Originally this was a bone nut. We got this graphite nut, which is a little bit more solid, I think. Of course, the fretboard had to be cleaned, put new strings on it. And what else did we do to this thing? Oh yeah, the back of the neck. The back of the neck had some rough spots right here, which the doctor sort of sanded it down and smoothed it out. And then What else did we do? Oh yeah, the electronics were a little bit staticky. He had to go in there and kind of clean that up a little bit. And I think that's just about all he did. Maybe made some minor adjustments with the bridge. But other than that, the guitar is good to go. And it's got some scratches and dents in it, which is okay. It's a rock and roll guitar. Kind of a road-worn classic look. I call it my no-stress guitar. I can just plug it in and play the damn thing and have a great time. And so let's hear how it sounds. I'm gonna play a little something here for you. Just a little rock and roll for you here, something simple to warm up on. How's that sound?